Now, this wonderful play currently showing at London's Garrick Theatre stars the one and only Mr. John Malkovich, and it's a play very much in the news with hints of Harvey Weinstein plus a brilliant performance. Don't take my word for it though, let's go and meet John Malkovich. John, lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
And we're here in, of course, the splendour of the Garrick Theatre, where you're doing a marvellous job every evening. But tell me about your latest role and what is it about? Tell me the background.
I'm in London at the Garrick Theatre doing a play called Bitter Wheat. It's a new play written and directed by David Mamet, the American writer. We open sort of mid-June or so, and it's a play essentially about a very badly behaved Hollywood mogul, although actually he lives in New York, so I don't know how Hollywood he is.
Now, I've seen you in the play. And I won't give too much away, but it is very impressive, given the times as well, and all the sort of things that it's hooked onto. What was it when you first read it and you thought, what was the bit that you thought, oh, I really like this character? What's it about? You know?
Well, I think the question about this play, I was speaking with my long time movie producing partner and her husband and some other people yesterday. I mean, the thing about this play was always the timing and the kind of danger of the timing. I think it's a very good play.
Yeah.
I think it might be seen very differently in a year or 2 or 3 years. But timing is sort of everything, and I could easily see how people could be offended by it because, of course, this particular character is called Barney Fine, is very badly behaved in a number of ways, but one of the ways is sexual, and that's obviously been a huge topic in the world the last couple of years, and a conversation kind of long overdue, if there is a conversation.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be much of a conversation. For me, when I read it, I thought it was a great character. I thought it was funny. I thought it's not a defense of him at all. I mean, I don't know how you could paint a sort of gloomier picture of someone.
Yeah.
However, of course, anytime you present someone on the stage or on the screen, and maybe this is a long-form answer for why, it's been somewhat controversial apparently, is you defend them.
Yes.
I mean, meaning not intentionally, but because they're presented, they are in some way, well, if not defended, they're listened to.
Yes.
I always saw it as a comedy.
Yeah.
The question has always been, are people ready to laugh about this topic, and does it only depend on who tells it?
Yes.
If, for instance, we've had now 5, let's say, victims of one of the people who was prominently accused during the onset, and it's still ongoing, of the Me Too movement, and that's Harvey Weinstein, the movie producer. These particular people all experienced something, according to them. I have no reason whatsoever to disbelieve them. A couple of them didn't experience that at all, but maybe you heard about it or something. And none seemed traumatized. And they all seem to love the play.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean everybody who experienced harassment, rape, abuse, unwanted contact or unwanted advances, does that mean they experience it with that kind of sort of calm or equanimity? No. I mean, because everybody's experience is different in this world. But that is how I saw this play.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some people are not ready to laugh at it.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
of course.
But that's what makes you think.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Harvey Weinstein yourself?
Yes.
And did you, when you read these things, did you think that's not the guy I met? Because I interviewed him, and you know, it's just exactly what you're saying. What you saw is not what others see. It's a classic scenario, isn't it?
You know, it's very funny. You always hear everybody knew about it. I don't live in Hollywood. I don't really know anything about Hollywood. I don't spend much time there. I never have. I never did. He doesn't live in Hollywood either, by the way. Apparently, it was sort of common knowledge. I never heard a single comment about him, about many of the other people. As far as I can remember, I heard zero.
Yes.
I could be wrong, and I could go, oh, that's right. In 1987, somebody said, etc. But I heard nothing about Harvey.
Yeah.
I knew him in passing like that. I worked with him once, never after that. He bought a film we had produced. He bought. I didn't produce it or finance it after it was done. I think because Johnny Depp was in it. I certainly had no experience or knowledge of that side of it. But I knew people who were accused of certain things, and at least one of whom admitted flat out what he had been accused of. He said flat out that it was the case, that he had done what they had said he'd done. But you don't know that just because you do a film with someone.
Yeah.
Or you have a meeting about a screenplay. Most of the people I meet, I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're straight or gay. I don't know what their life is like.
Yeah.
Unless they're friends, then that's a different thing.
What I like about your career, though, is you do some slightly offbeat things, and you obviously do them for fun. I've got to mention, Eminem's phenomenal video. How did you get involved in that? Because you're not a natural bedfellow, John. You know, like, maybe you are.
I love them. Well, we're from the same part of the country, from the Midwest. I think he spoke to a lot of people. Marshall, and I don't know him or anything. Just met him then, really very briefly. I don't even know how they came about to ask me. He knew I was a fan of his work. He was kind of put into play, let's say, I don't know, maybe you'd say even discovered by Dr. Dre, the great American music producer and rapper and writer, and I guess inventor, actually.
Yeah.
But who I was always a huge fan of in the 90s, etc. So I've done all kinds of things like that just because they seemed like they'd be interesting.
I'd forgotten you'd done this, and when I was researching you today, and I thought it was very funny. Talk me through how the Nespresso advert came around with you and the gorgeous George Clooney. How did that come around? Because again, it's, you know, it's a massive coup to get two huge stars to do something like that.
I don't know who asked me to do that. I don't know if it was George. I had a great time with him. I like him. I don't see him much, but I've always enjoyed the time I've spent around him. I don't know if it was George or if it was whoever I forget if Robert Rodriguez, did Robert do both or only the second one or only the first one? I can't remember. But I don't know if that was a client thing because I do a lot of work in Europe, so in a certain way I might be more known in Europe than in America in a funny way, but possibly, I don't know, or elsewhere, actually.
Clever casting, though. Very clever casting.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I did 2 campaigns with them, although I still couldn't buy some capsules the other day on Regent Street.
You should have
don't
just
have
shown them
right.
the video, Jonathan. Look, it's me.
It's,
That's the whole point. I think that it goes back to the play. That's what is great, because you're showing one side and you're telling me your version of it, but what we see sat out there in the dark is a totally different thing. When you walk out, you think that was really thought-provoking. It changes what you think was run like, what they were run like.
well, we did a film. Not me, but I'm part of a company still. I don't work there much, but part of a company called Steppenwolf Theater out of Chicago in America, in Illinois. And we did a play in conjunction with the National, a co-production, I guess it was, this year, where our theaters worked a number of times, done stuff with them. And it was called Downstate, and it was a play about pedophiles in a halfway house. And I know some people referred to it as a kind of pro-pedophile play or this or that. It just, when you put something on stage, you have to understand you're talking about human beings.
Yeah.
That's all. It doesn't need to say any more than that.
Yeah.
And then it's for the audience to reflect, to judge harshly, to judge less harshly, to judge not at all,
Yeah.
to watch, to experience. That's theater.
It is indeed, and you're very good at theatre. John, honestly,
Thank
it's
you.
been an absolute
Cheers.
thrill to
My
talk to
pleasure.
you.